Welcome to the Hellfire Book Club. I'm your host, Ignis Blackwood. Imagine sitting across from a vampire, an immortal being who has walked the earth for centuries, and hearing his story firsthand. That's the world Anne Rice invites you into in Interview with the Vampire. This novel pulls you deep into the mind of Louis, a vampire who has walked the earth for over 200 years. His story, however, isn't just a tale of fangs and blood. It's a journey through the complexities of immortality, grappling with love, loss, and a relentless search for meaning in a life that never ends. First published in 1976, this groundbreaking work marked the beginning of the Vampire Chronicles, where Rice didn't just tell a vampire story. She redefined the entire genre. She fused the chilling mystery of the Gothic with profound philosophical questions that resonate as much today as they did then. What does it mean to live when death is no longer an end? How do you find humanity when you've become something inhuman? Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire opens with Louis, a former French plantation owner in 18th century Louisiana, who is turned into a vampire by the enigmatic and manipulative Lestat. The novel follows Louis' struggle to retain his humanity while confronting the darker instincts that come with his new vampire existence. In contrast, Lestat fully embraces his immortality and revels in the power it brings. The creation of Claudia, a child vampire who remains trapped in a body that never matures, serves as a crucial turning point in the story, leading to tragic consequences. As the narrative shifts from the plantations of Louisiana to the vibrant streets of New Orleans, and eventually to the darker atmosphere of Paris, the story delves into themes of isolation, identity, and the unrelenting pull of immortal desires. The pacing mirrors Louis' introspective nature, with moments of violence and conflict that force the characters and readers to engage in deeper reflection. Rice's use of setting is instrumental in shaping the novel's Gothic atmosphere. Her detailed descriptions of 18th century Louisiana and New Orleans create a rich, immersive backdrop that complements the novel's dark tone. The decaying beauty of New Orleans mirrors the slow disintegration of the vampire existence, eternally alive, yet disconnected from the natural world. When the setting moves to Paris, the darker, more sinister atmosphere reflects Louis' increasing sense of isolation and despair. These locations are not merely backdrops. They are closely tied to the emotional state of the characters, particularly Louis, whose attachment to the physical world contrasts with the detachment of other vampires. Themes of immortality, decay, and time resonate through these carefully constructed settings, underscoring the story's exploration of the eternal and the fleeting. Louis, as both the narrator and central character, is defined by his ongoing internal conflict. Despite his vampire nature, he constantly struggles to hold on to his humanity, questioning the morality of his actions throughout the novel. His reflective and melancholic disposition formed the emotional core of the story. Lestat, on the other hand, represents hedonism and manipulation. He embraces his immortality without regret, serving as a foil to Louis' more human sensibilities. Claudia, the most tragic figure in the novel, is a vampire trapped in the body of a child, and her growing bitterness towards Louis and Lestat heightens the emotional intensity of the narrative. Armand, an ancient vampire, adds philosophical depth to the story with his detached wisdom, challenging Louis' perspective on life, morality, and the purpose of immortality. This book also explores the themes of friendship and companionship amongst vampires. The relationships between Louis, Lestat, and Armand are central to the narrative, filled with an emotional depth that invites multiple interpretations. Louis and Lestat's bond is turbulent and emotionally charged, teetering on the edge of romantic. Lestat is not just the one who transforms Louis into a vampire. He forms a deep attachment to him. Their connection is filled with moments of affection, tension, and mutual dependence. Lestat's possessiveness and need to keep Louis close suggest a strong emotional tie. When Lestat says, "You've come back to me, Louis. You've come home again to me," these words reveal how much Louis means to him. While their relationship may not be thought of as romantic, perhaps a bit toxic, the emotional entanglement suggests that it goes beyond simple companionship. On the other hand, the relationship between Louis and Armand is also intense and layered. Armand is strongly drawn to Louis, wanting to distance him from others, especially Claudia. He comes across as possessive, with Claudia even accusing Armand of trying to make Louis his own, stating, "He loves you. He would have you." This indicates that Armand's feelings for Louis extend beyond mere friendship, and readers could interpret their bond as having romantic undertones. Armand's efforts to win Louis over add further emotional complexity to their connection as he attempts to build a future with him. The emotions, possessiveness, and desires displayed by both Lestat and Armand in their interaction with Louis suggest an intimacy that exceeds friendship. These intricate dynamics are pivotal to the novel, making the relationship between the characters essential to the story's emotional depth. Anne Rice's writing is lush and atmospheric, drawing readers into the dark, sensuous world of the undead. Her prose is rich with vivid descriptions, making the reading experience almost tangible. The tone of the novel often reflects Louis' introspective and melancholic nature, inviting the reader to experience his memories and internal conflicts alongside him. Despite the fantastical elements of the story, the depth of the character development ensures that the novel never feels overdone or purely fantastical. I do, however, have one small critique: that while Rice's philosophical insights are thought-provoking, they sometimes overshadow the plot, causing the story to lose a little bit of its momentum. Nonetheless, Interview with the Vampire remains a pioneering and emotionally compelling work within the vampire genre. In conclusion, Interview with the Vampire is more than just a vampire novel. It's a profound exploration of identity, love, morality, and the meaning of existence. It raises timeless questions about life, death, and the spaces in between, offering readers much more than a traditional horror story. While its pacing and philosophical depth may not appeal to all readers, those who enjoy richly detailed, character-driven narratives will find much to admire. Rice's novel transcends the conventions of the horror genre, providing a deep and thought-provoking meditation on life, isolation, and the human condition. Thanks for tuning in to the Hellfire Book Club. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment or send us your feedback. And if you have any book suggestions for future episodes, let us know. Your support helps us bring you more intriguing content. Until next time, keep enjoying the stories that challenge your imagination, test your bravery, and keep you on the edge of your seat.